Hey! Every year I love to do a video where I share books that I think are must reads for the particular year. And for 2021, this is that video. So my first recommendation is Building a Story Brand by Donald Miller. I love that book because in that book, it breaks down how to use the power or the structure of story in your business. And what do I mean? Whenever you watch any of your favorite movies or TV shows, you'll find that there is usually a hero, male or female, and this hero starts out having a dilemma. And as they have a dilemma, the whole movie or the whole TV show is about how this individual is going to solve the dilemma, right? And so on that journey to solving the dilemma, they tend to usually meet a guide on the way who helps them. And that guide could be another person, it could be a book, it could be a thought process, it could be anything. But essentially, they have a guide who helps them through that dilemma until they get to the end, and then there's a resolution of that dilemma, right? And so as a business owner, essentially what the book posits is that as a business owner, you are the guide in the story of your hero. The hero is the customer or client, and you guide them through the dilemma with your solution, the solutions that your business provides, right? Whether that's entertainment, whether that's helping people do makeup, whether that's helping people write books and make money with their writing, as we do on this channel. Whatever that dilemma is, you are the guide who is helping that hero to get to the end with a resolution, right? So I really love, and that's a summary of the book, but I really love this book because I think it helps you really think differently about your business. And when you begin to think like that about your business, it really changes a lot for you. I know it has for me. Second book is Contagious, and Contagious is written by a professor at the University of Pennsylvania. And essentially what he does is look at phenomena that have gone viral. So essentially this is if you wanted to create content that does well or goes viral, he breaks down basically the elements of what makes things go viral. Now, I can't promise that after you read this book, everything you create will go viral, because the word viral in itself suggests that we don't have any control over how it does, right? But what he does a really good job of is really breaking down the elements that potentially helped these videos or piece of content or companies to go viral and to do well. And I think that if you employ a lot of the ideas in the book, it will help you create better content. It will help you create content that reaches more people, not necessarily go viral, because we can't control viral, but there's some really good principles in there. So check out Contagious. I read this third book for the first time in 2020, and it's called Fascinate. And essentially with Fascinate, it talks about you as the business owner, you as the creator, and how you can use your unique personality to draw people to you. And so she really goes through and breaks down the different types of personas there are and where you can, and really when I was reading the book, I saw myself fitting into a lot of these personas. There's a power persona, there's a luxury persona, there is all these kind of personalities. They're the personalities that are like authoritative. So there are all these personalities, and she really breaks down how you can use all of these as a strength, all right, within your business, especially for those of us that build brands online and have Instagram followings and so on. I think it's a great book for learning how you can use those personas, if you fall into any of those, to really draw people to you, because there is a strength to everything when you're building your personal brand. The next book is The Ultimate Sales Letter. The Ultimate Sales Letter by Dan Kennedy. This book has been really helpful for me as I've been writing sales pages for the different digital products that I have. So it's not enough to just throw up a digital product or throw up any product and just say, DM me for details, right? It's not enough. It's important for you to write sales language. And in The Ultimate Sales Letter, Dan Kennedy, who has passed away but is a really, really huge giant in the world of sales and copywriting, In that book, I really learned how to, one of the biggest things I learned is really how to find out how the people you want to sell to think. All right. And then he goes through that whole process of, getting that information and how to use that to write sales letters or sales pages, so that whatever it is you're selling can sell and sell well. You can convert more people, all right, from being just casual browsers to buyers. So the ultimate sales letter, if you're selling anything online this year, even if all you're doing is telling people about affiliate links, please read that book. This next book is one that I loved. I continuously recommend it to people. Is Grit by Angela Duckworth. Okay, that book is amazing, and Angela Duckworth's work is amazing. She runs a website called The Character Lab. I highly recommend that you check it out. I'll leave a link somewhere on here. And I think it's a really great book, and The Character Lab is also a great website for really learning how to overcome obstacles. In Grit, Angela Duckworth talks about how different groups of people, including people at prestigious schools, athletes, and so on, actually use the power of grit to overcome obstacles and actually win and get ahead in whichever pursuit that they're pursuing. And I thought that it was, at the time I read it, right, it was really great for me as a person, but it really helped me also motivate my students. If you don't know, I also teach part-time at a community college. It really helped me motivate my students with some of the ideas that she was sharing in there, because a lot of the time, a lot of us have this fixed mindset that, I'm not smart, I'm not this, and we give ourselves labels and never give ourselves an actual chance to succeed. So I think that this book is good. It's a good book to start the year with, actually, and maybe I should have made it number 1 on this list, but really good book. How to Make a Living with Your Writing by Joanna Penn is the next book. Okay, so Joanna Penn is somebody I have been following for about 3 or 4 years now. She is British. She lives in England, and I listen to her podcast, and she basically talks about making money as an author. And she has been writing books and vlogging and podcasting since the late 2000s and has been doing that for over a decade now. So really somebody really great to learn from. I'm also great to learn from, but she's really great to learn from in this arena, and that's what this channel and my podcast is about. But she has a series of books where she helps people, teaches people essentially how to make money with their writing and how to make a living with your writing. Just finished listening to the audiobook just 2 days ago. Highly recommend if you plan on, leveraging, for instance, books as a way to make money. She also talks about other ways in which authors can make money in the book. So if you've thought about writing a book, and if you'd like to explore the other ways you can make money with your book outside of just selling the book, How to Make a Living with Your Writing is a good book. Now, this book recommendation is not a book that you necessarily sit down to read. It's a book that you can continuously use as a reference as you write. And that book is called The Big Book of Words That Sell by Robert Bly. This is a really good book for words that sell. There are words that move people to action. There are words that trigger something in people's brains. Like when you hear the word sizzle, for instance, what do you think? When you hear the word deadly mistakes, what comes to your mind? There are words that evoke emotion and that get people to take action. And these words, okay, are really important when you are selling and when you are creating content. And so sprinkling them within your writing allows your writing to become more persuasive and more powerful, evoke the emotion that you want to evoke, not to manipulate people, but to evoke the right emotion and get them to take action. So I think that this book is a good reference book to have. If you just read it, you'll forget all the words. But if you keep it, by your desk, or you have a virtual version of it, an ebook version of it, it can be very powerful in helping you think of different ways to write words so that you can actually get people to take action. So those are my 7 book recommendations for 2021. Are there any books that you loved reading in 2020 that you want to recommend to the audience? Leave them in the comments below.